They call it the Great Void. But for me, this northern point of the Sailwind world map is more like a door to a bigger adventure. But that's for later. The last few days I spent in Eastwind were kind of magical, really. I succumbed slowly but surely to the charm of the town and got to discuss a bit more with the main trade dude over there. And it turned out that I could work for him. I would then be able to benefit from their current trade license and trade some goods and take some profit. So obviously that wouldn't be as straightforward as the usual trading we've been used to so far. But we'll come back to that. In any case, Eastwind has a lot more supplies than I anticipated, and turns out to be kind of a powerhouse for trading in the region. Definitely something I should keep in mind as I look forward to continuing my exploration. After a while, it's time to let go of the mooring line and head towards the last island that I have yet to discover. The journey to Siren was smooth. I set sail from Eastwind around midday, thinking that a night at sea would allow me to have kind of an early morning arrival the next day. The stars were starting to align, and the shape of my future was starting to make sense. To complete the picture, I just needed a few more bits of information, and then I would be ready to add my name to the list of famous traders in Aestrin. While my square sail is my go-to configuration, I woke up with no other choice than to pull my gaff so that I could finally enter the town of Siren. quiet here. Probably the second highest point in the sailing world. Nice. I'm not too sure what I'm gonna make of Happy Bay. But regardless, I consider my exploration of the Aestrin region complete for now. With a stop in Siren Song, which ends up being a very surprising town. Not as prosperous from a trade perspective as Eastwind, but it definitely has some plus for it. And I don't know, for some reason it didn't take as long for me to fall under its charm. Interesting. Another thing as well that I seem to notice is Eastwind may have a smaller dock than at least Siren Song. But let's not get ahead. We still have a lot to accomplish before we settle. The next step is to go back to Fort Aestrin. I want to start and make some moves, both for the short and the long term. Going back to the capital just makes sense. That way I'm gonna be able to work on further upgrading my cog here and getting close to hopefully let's call it its perfect form, at least for a novice like me. The other element is I think now it's time to bring back the junk to the shipyard. Obviously it's gonna need some serious repairs after the number of days at sea that we've been through, and at least have it in a central location in the region for when we need it later. And as I'm getting ready to dock, I notice an Aestrin cog getting ready to leave anchor. And as I approach the captain asking for his destination, he was indeed on his way to Mount Malefic and against a small fee accepted to bring me there along with him. I slept well that night and woke up in the morning as we were leaving Sunspire behind. And as the day passed by, I just couldn't wait to see my junk again. Leaving Sunspire behind, 4 days train straight ahead. We're starting to have all the pieces fall into place. This guy has been stuck for weeks now. Can't really help him, but hey, not sure. What's interesting though is look at this sail configuration here. And the cabin as well. Interesting how the AI boats have different sails config, not just the base one. So we're back on the junk, but not for too long. It's known better days actually, and we're gonna put it in the good hands of the the Aestrin shipyard, which is our next destination, right there. I think that's another boat. Could be my cog. I'm just interesting. Let's get closer and see. So now that I've made contact with all the trade companies based in Aestrin, except for Fort Aestrin itself, because it's the capital and it's where I'm getting my mission, we can now go over the type of work that I can find, and basically that's if I decide to go for additional income while I'm upgrading my reputation. So let's start with where we just left from. So that's Sunspire. So basically, if I worked for them, I would have an open trading license, which means that I could trade in between all the islands within the Aestrin region, and that includes Happy Bay. However, they're offering me a 45-55 split, which means that for every $100 profit that I will make, I'll need to give 55 back to Sunspire, and only keep 45 for me. So that's not the best deal, but that's something. Now, from a trade perspective, though, I would not use Sunspire as a hub. Very little supplies available there. Actually, the most meager of all the islands that I visited so far in this region. But the fact that it's open, which means that I can trade between all islands, makes it quite interesting. Mount Malefic has a different type of license that I could use, which is an import only. So to do trade in the Aestrin region, I would only be able to bring trade in to Mount Malefic, not to export anything out of it, and I can't either trade in between islands. So that's for the framework. However, I would be able to keep 100% of the profit, so might be good if I want to make I think quite good cash quite quickly. Now to what I see as the most interesting trading opportunities. The first one is Siren, which has an open license, so which is very nice. So I can trade in between all islands in the region. However, again, I'm looking at a 40-60 split in terms of profit. So for every 100 profit I bring, only 40 would be coming from straight to my pocket. But Siren is also much more central, or slightly more central, I would say, and has more supplies available than Sunspire. So if I was to choose between the two open license, between Siren and Sunspire, I would definitely go for Siren, I believe. And then the last one is Eastwind, which has an exclusive license, which means I can only trade to and from Eastwind. However, they're offering me an 80-20 split. So for every 100, profit that I'm bringing, I can keep 80 out of it. So that's pretty interesting. More than the space, it has to be the speed. Transitioning from the cog to the junk here, even just for a few hours, the increase of space doesn't seem as needed when you're in the cog compared to the DAO or the CACAM, I guess. But yeah, you can make your journeys much faster. However, we still need to put this one in the shipyard for a bit. So I'm not sure what mast I was seeing yesterday, because I can't see any, and I don't think I'm gonna come straight into the shipyard. I still have still need to get a bit more familiar with the topography of the region here. So many memories. Alright, starting to see a bit more of the town here. No, my boat. Yeah, right there. Nice. Nice. Even though the wind is not the best. Alright. Not our first entrance anymore. No need to risk to mess things up too much. Can I park it next to my cog? Probably not. So during my trip between Sunspire and Fort Aestrin here, I had the chance of thinking a bit more about the different type of work that I want to take, because I do want to complement my missions with some trade, and to do that, I'm gonna use the Eastwind license. So we're up for an exclusive license of trade to and from Eastwind, and we'll be ready to start the next phase of our journey at the beginning of the next episode. And until then, I see ya!